Long ago in the ancient land of Egypt, a story began that would change the world forever. This is the story of Moses, a man of courage, faith, and destiny. Moses was born at a time of great suffering for the Hebrews, as the Pharaoh had ordered the killing of all newborn Hebrew boys. But Moses' mother, Jochebed, chose to protect him. She placed him in a basket and set him afloat on the Nile River, hoping for a miracle. By God's grace, the Pharaoh's daughter found Moses and raised him as her own. Little did she know this child would one day lead his people to freedom. Moses grew up in the palace, but his heart was always with his people. As he became a man, he couldn't ignore the suffering of the Hebrews. One day he saw an Egyptian taskmaster beating a Hebrew slave, and in a moment of anger, Moses struck down the Egyptian. Fearing for his life, Moses fled to the land of Midian, where he became a shepherd. Yet God had a plan for him, and in the wilderness, Moses would encounter something that would change his life forever. One day, while tending his flock, Moses came across a strange sight, a bush that was on fire. Yet it was not consumed. When he approached, the voice of God called out from the bush, "Moses, Moses, take off your sandals, for the place where you are standing is holy ground." God revealed himself to Moses, telling him that he had been chosen to lead the Hebrews out of slavery in Egypt. Despite his doubts and fears, Moses accepted the mission, knowing that God would be with him every step of the way. Moses returned to Egypt, and with God's power, he confronted Pharaoh, demanding that he free the Hebrews. But Pharaoh's heart was hard, and so God sent a series of devastating plagues upon Egypt. Each time Pharaoh refused, the plagues grew worse, until finally the last plague, the death of the firstborn, forced Pharaoh to release the Hebrews. With Pharaoh's army closing in, the Hebrews found themselves trapped at the edge of the Red Sea. But Moses trusted in God. He raised his staff, and the sea parted, creating a dry path for the Hebrews to cross. God had delivered his people, and they walked on dry land to freedom. Moses led the Hebrews into the wilderness, where God gave him the 10 Commandments, a divine guide for how his people should live. These laws would shape the future of Israel and the world. Though the journey was long and filled with trials, Moses continued to lead the people with unwavering faith. Even when they doubted, God's presence was with them. Moses' journey was one of incredible challenges, but through it all, he remained faithful to God's calling. Though he never set foot in the Promised Land, his legacy lives on as one of the greatest leaders in history. Moses showed us that with faith, courage, and obedience to God, anything is possible. His story continues to inspire millions, reminding us that even in the darkest times, God's light will guide us to freedom. The story of Moses, a journey of faith and courage. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories.